You mentioned that you've served on the Taxpayer Conservancy Board for 9 years?
That is correct.
Okay. I've got a couple of questions, informational questions, and then a follow-up question to that. What was the original, when we started this process as a community to work on the project in front of City Hall, what was the expected price tag for that project? What's the price tag we're looking at now? And how much of that project represents taxpayer investments?
The original price tag was about $5 to $6 million. The price tag to complete the park now is $20,500,000. There's a hopeful expectation that we can raise $2 million and fund an endowment, which would be used to fund future capital improvements. Exact taxation, I know that the Tourism Product Development Fund, which I guess you could call public dollars, they have contributed $2 million. The federal government has contributed $3.7, $3.8 million. The county has contributed $2 million. And I think through some of the improvements, infrastructure improvements, particularly highways, you can peg your amount. And I think you actually put in maybe 37.5, somewhere around there, for the regional seed money when this whole process came about. Those are the dollars, the public dollars.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So my question is, you know, as a board member for that project, and it's obviously a very significant project
Sure.
for the community, do you feel like, you know, if the original project budget was $6 million, it's now at $20 million, you know, $14 or $15 million increase, is this an example of, and a lot of taxpayer money as part of that, is this an example of accountability to taxpayers and fiscal responsibility as a board member and a group working on that project?
I have the license rights to how to do and how not to do parks for in the future. Let me say this. One thing that happened to help, that escalated the cost was scope of work. We pegged it, and it was as quickly as we became more engaged with a variety of charrettes that were held, that people said, we want more art. So the Randy Schulz, Kathy Triplett, Haas Haley projects of the world came into being. People said we needed public restrooms. We needed a place to have programming start. We needed a place for an office for the Conservancy or the City Recreation Department. So the pavilion came out of that, which was 2.4 million. Certainly in 99, 2000, when we pegged the cost, and in 2009, the costs of construction have skyrocketed. No question about that. I think in hindsight, to answer more specifically your question, if I were to be if it was to go back to the future, so to speak, this is what I think is a successful century model, the 21st century for community success, and it's a little out of focus, but as you can see, thank you. You see the three square circles there, government, community, and business, and in the middle is smart, sustainable community success. I think in hindsight, it would have been nice to somehow been on the same page and define expectations with those three entities. It certainly has been a challenge. I don't see myself as being someone who is a spendthrift. I'm a fiscal conservative, and it has been a challenge, no question about that. We've had the delays as well, both the Site A and the Coleman project, which tended to ramp some costs up for us, to be quite honest with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.